Hi guys and gals and kittens, and welcome to iNiro. The title of this YouTube video might seem a little bit too overconfident until you've seen the video through, so let me show you the dashboard, the back end of our ChatGPT chatbot system. Here I am at dashboard.iniro.io. We only give this to clients signing up for professional or enterprise plans. So 95% of our clients just want a chatbot really on their website. So we don't really market this that much on our primary website, but every now and then we create a blog where we showcase some particular feature of the actual low code software development automation framework that happens to be farting out ChatGPT chatbots at the speed of light. Now, here I am at iniro.io cloudlet. Now, to put that into perspective, realize that our entire website was built using our low-code software development framework. So every single piece of thing you see here, including the purchasing, Stripe integration, the contact us form, everything was entirely built using our low-code software development framework, including, of course, the chatbot itself. So when that's done, as you can see here, it recognizes my name because I've typed it previously. Now with that out of the equation, let me show you the dashboard. First, this is what you see when you come to the dashboard. And yet again, you have to have a professional or an enterprise license before we give access to the dashboard. Now, here you can see some key performance indicators, stuff such as, how many failures did we have to invoking OpenAI, how many successful OpenAI requests did we have, etc., etc. So here you can see a breakdown of how many requests our chatbot is making per day. Here you can see the log. If something goes wrong as you're integrating the chatbot, you can go to the log here. This is the log stream, and you can check out log items in details. Then you can go to databases. At this point, you can actually connect to any database you have. As long as you have a database that is somehow exposed to the internet, maybe through a list of whitelisted IP addresses, etc., you can connect to that database here. MySQL, PostgreSQL, SQL Server, you give your connection a name, and you provide a connection string, you test the connection, and you automatically, instantly connect to that database. At that point, when you've connected to a database, you can go to SQL Studio, and you can actually design the database. And in fact, just to show you the power of this, let me just create a test database here to show you the power of the SQL Studio components here. Now I'm going to choose this test database I just created. I'm going to create a new table, customers, auto increment as my primary key, new table, contacts, auto increment as my primary key, create another field, name, column type, text, accept nullable, email, column type, text, add, customer, company name, column type, text, add. I've now created a database, a minimalistic CRM database with two tables. At this point, I can go into the backend generator or endpoint generator. I can choose my test database here, and boom, I've got an HTTP Web API backend. 342 lines of code. I can now go into Hyper IDE, and I can have a look at my module that was automatically created for me. The thing will even automatically create migration scripts and stuff like this. And I can actually, from the IDE, I can actually invoke the endpoint by clicking F5, limit 2, offset 3, order contacts.name, try it out. Of course, it's going to return nothing because I don't have any records. So let me do the contacts.post here. Function F5, name, Acme Inc., email info@acme.com. And I just inserted a record into my database. Now, if I go back to the get endpoint here, I invoke it, I don't provide any parameters, you will see I've actually inserted a record into my database. and I can update it. You have all 4 CRUD operations. In addition, I can connect to my database through SQL Studio. I can choose SQL View, choose my database, test, and click SQL View, select all from function control space on the Mac. I got autocomplete. F5, I'm selecting records. I can export these as I see fit, if I find a table with some data in, of course. I can export it as CSV. Now, if you have an existing database, let's say you have, for instance, a customer support or a ticketing system where you have like 2,000 tickets from clients asking for support. Then I can actually select this data, turn off safe mode to select more than 200 records, execute it, export it as a CSV file, and then I can go back to my machine learning model, can create a new machine learning type, foo, save, I can choose the foo machine learning type, and I can immediately import by clicking advanced. Here, I can choose my CSV file and import it. That way I can take my existing ticketing system, I can export every single data point that exists in that ticketing system. I can import it as training data to my model and automatically get a chatbot that is based answering questions based upon previous answered by your human customer support service engineers. And I can have as many models as I wish. If I have a cloudlet, we do restrict the number of models and training data in both the professional and the enterprise version because it's a matter of disk space and stuff like that. But you can have a lot of models in your particular cloudlet as you see fit. Then I can go to Chatbot Wizard. If I now, this is the easy way to do things, right? If I fill out https://billion-air.org, which happens to be a website I know exists, and scrape this website for how many pages. Okay, I'm just going to do 5 because I want it to go fast. Here I can choose what OpenAI model I want to use, and then I can choose what persona. If I want it to be Snoop Dogg, okay. Now it's scraping the website for 5 pages. Then it's creating a custom machine learning model. It's automatically vectorizing everything. When I'm done, I have an embeddable script that I can embed into my website within 3 minutes. So let's see first what happens when it's done here. It should be done in a few seconds, hopefully. Now it's creating a default landing page. It's vectorizing, all that good stuff. And when it is done now, I can go back to my machine learning models and I can start playing with this particular machine learning model as I see fit. If I go to manage now, machine learning, and I find the billion air here, I test it. What is billion air? Question mark. Now it's going to answer me in Snoop Doggy Dogg style. Of course, that's being the point. Based upon the data it found by crawling and scraping this particular website. So of course the information is going to be accurate. And as you can see here, yo, check it out, homie, billionaire. It's like this dope initiative. Yeah, dig. It's all about fund managers and environmental scientists, and they got financial advisors driving this thing. They're all about reducing CO2 by 1 billion metric tons, blah, blah, blah. And of course, that exactly is what they are about. So, I mean, the information is accurate, even though it's using Snoop Doggy Dogg style to like convey it. So let me find this example page here now, further down. Let's filter on it, billion air dot underscore org. Okay, if I now go to iniro/billion dash air underscore org, I have an example page I can immediately send to my client. So now for a mediumly technically savvy human being, I mean, this is like an additional income opportunity, allowing you to easily start selling our chatbots. And we do have a partner program. If I now ask, what is billion air? And of course, Billionaire is a website who are advising investors in regards to making CO2 friendly investments. That is the purpose of these guys. They are acquaintances of mine, and they are located out of Limassol. But of course, now it's going to be Snoop Doggy Dog trying to sell their value proposition. And the chatbot also displays images if it can find it, displays hyperlinks, and of course, I only scraped 5 web pages. So, all right, so check it out, Tommy. Billionaire is this dope initiative. You dig, blah, blah, blah. Let's see if we got we didn't get lucky. It didn't have any images, I guess. So we have a complete ChatGPT, chatbot love code software development automation framework. That is a mouthful, I realize that. But I mean, if you can't find it here, you can't find it, right? So I've shown you SQL Studio, I've shown you how to connect your existing database, I showed you the endpoint generator, we even have front-end generator, I've shown you HyperID, I've shown you the chatbot wizard. We have the ability to manage users. It's an SSO system, single sign-on. Here I can create new users as I see fit. Passwords are securely stored as Blowfish. We have our own integrated Swagger thing here now. If I search for instance, /chats, then you will see OpenAI. Here is the API. Now, of course, this one happens to need reCAPTCHA, so it won't be possible to invoke from here. But the point is that our system is a complete API too. So you can use our system as an integrated API and plaster your own front end on top of it, or create an iOS SDK iPhone app on top of it, etc., etc. And as you can see here, it automatically extracts metadata and is capable of recognizing typing and stuff like that. We have scheduled tasks. For instance, if you want to have a tasks that, like once every, I don't know, 3 weeks imports like tickets from Jira and stuffs it into this particular machine learning model for them to automatically create embeddings for every snippet inserted, etc., etc. That's a piece of cake. For us, it's a 5 to 10 minute long job. For you, it might be a little bit longer because you're going to have to fiddle with hyperlambda. If you look at the model here too, machine learning here now, I find iniro_io, our own model here now, or if I go to its training data, I find iniro.io here. Let me see. Then you will also see that we're the only ChatGPT chatbot provider that I happen to know about that actually is capable of dynamically extracting data on the fly. You see here now, if I write DuckDuckGo, and then let me see the syntax for it. Yeah, Thomas Hansen hyperlambda, and I write character return. What it's actually going to do now, it's going to go to DuckDuckGo. It's going to search for Thomas Hansen hyperlambda. It's going to return that as HTML, then it's going to semantically parse the items it finds from DuckDuckGo and provide me with the top links that DuckDuckGo actually found. So let's see now. Hopefully it's gonna work. And let's search for something else than Thomas Hansen. Let's search for hyperlambda. Actually, let's search for who is the CEO of OpenAI. Let's try that one instead. Hopefully we're going to have a little bit more luck with that one. And what it is doing here, it's actually dynamically executing code once it triggers for this particular training snippet. And this code, of course, is actually invoking DuckDuckGo. So we can actually have code dynamically executed. And here you can see it actually finds the information. And this is based upon a DuckDuckGo search. Let me see if I can find something else. How does find me information for the following query? Find me information for the following query. Who won US Open in 2023? And of course, if you know anything about OpenAI, you know that they stopped training a GPT-4 like a year ago or something. So actually OpenAI doesn't know who won US Open in 2023. Our chatbot knows. Why? Because yet again, it goes to DuckDuckGo, it finds the information, fetches the 5 top URLs, it scrapes that information and answers the question according to the content it finds using DuckDuckGo. So hopefully when this is done, it's going to return the correct answer to that particular query. And this yet again, let me show you while it's thinking. Yet again, it's a dynamically executed HyperLambda snippet as a consequence of triggering this particular training snippets. And here you can see Wyndham Clark, and of course that is the correct answer. And as you can see, it even displays images and stuff like that. So what you can do, you can actually inject any code you wish inside of here as you see fit. And we can even create questionnaires that collects data and information. Let me show you one of our existing questionnaires here. Ask for name. This is the default questionnaire that is being asked when you create a demo bot. So if you create a demo bot at inedo.io, it's going to guide the user through this particular questionnaire. If I wanted to have the email address too, I could just like, what is your email question mark. I'm not going to save this because I don't want it here. So anyways, we have a complete low code ChatGPT chatbot automation system. I don't even know how to name it correctly. We even have plugins. I can go to the plugins. I can install plugin databases, or I can install Stripe payments. We have additional plugins we're working on too. I can manage my users and roles. I can go to the HyperLambda playground, play with it. We have task scheduler. We have configuration. I can't show you that because that's where the OpenAI API key is. We have health check, automatic unit tests, cryptography features, log, help center, etc., etc., etc. And if you want to integrate with this and you need to have an authenticated user, okay, you generate a token. Yet again, I can't show it here because it's going to show you a valid token to our production system. Actually, at which point you can impersonate me as a root on this particular cloudlet. But if you want to generate a token that somehow interacts with your particular cloudlet, it's already here. Anyways, thank you for watching. Let me know in the comments if you have questions, and there's a link in the description of this YouTube video leading to where you can get started with this thing. And also contact us if you're interested in knowing more about our thing. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.